Hi, folks. Welcome back to Place Manner Voice. My name is Catherine. I transcribe a word into the International Phonetic Alphabet in every episode for you. Today, I have a viewer request, and please feel free to leave any requests down in the comments. I'm happy to dissect a word for you. Today, we have the word kernel. Now, this is a classic case of weird English spelling that does not translate. We do not say colonel, as you might expect. Colonel, colonel. This is a rank in the military, right? Colonel. Let's open up our brackets here, and we're going to start with the first sound. K, k, colonel. Colonel. Now, boy, oh boy, what is going on here? We do not say these sounds the way they're written. Listen to the way I say it. Colonel, colonel. We're going to put the vowel in here. Which has the little ponytail up here, which tells me there's an R sound baked into it. Colonel. So if this word was spelled like this, that would sound much closer to the way it's actually pronounced and not the way it's spelled. But English spelling, as we know, English orthography, is not always consistent with how things are actually pronounced. Kernel. Okay, so we have the kernel, null, kernel, null. And I'm going to put a schwa here, and then a ol, kernel. Look, my schwas are always a little bit off the line. Really, that should be right down touching. I think I start them a little too high. Kernel, kernel. And as always, we have to place where the syllable stress is. Syllable stress is really important in English. It really helps English listeners decode what is being said. And if you put the stress in on the wrong syllable, or if you pronounce everything very evenly, it makes it hard for native English listeners to decode what you've said. So if we have kernel, kernel, do you hear how long that is? Kernel. We want to put the stress marker before that syllable. It starts with a k, kernel, kernel. And I know some of you folks who often watch these videos know that I could do something different with this syllable back here. I might link the episode of model, if you'd like a little more information about how we can transcribe this schwa plus R combination. There's a couple of options, but I'll keep this one a little short today. Kernel, kernel. Now, doesn't that make much more sense to transcribe it sound by sound instead of this funny spelling? There must be some interesting history behind why it's spelled like this. In fact, I expect that in the past it was probably pronounced more like colonel, but that's not our job as phonologists, is it? That's more of a lexicographer's job to figure out the history and etymology of words. Anyhow, there is our transcription into the IPA of kernel. Just like this viewer did, if you have any questions or any words you'd like me to transcribe, leave a message below. If you enjoy this, hit like.